Folks, I'm going to tell you 5 quick facts about black bull markets. Now, did you know, number 1, they're New Zealand FMA regulated? Number 2, did you know they have a copy trading service where you can either be a signal provider or copy signals? And number 3, did you know they've got over 26,000 tradable assets, including Forex, crypto, stocks, indices, and even more? And number 4, did you know they offer 500 to 1 leverage? And number 5, if you open up an account today and trade 1 lot a month, they're going to give you TradingView Pro for free. Check them out, Black Bull Markets. Folks, I'm going to tell you 5 quick facts about black bull markets. Now, did you know, number 1, they're New Zealand FMA regulated? Number 2, did you know they have a copy trading service where you can either be a signal provider or copy signals? And number 3, did you know they've got over 26,000 tradable assets, including Forex, crypto, stocks, indices, and even more? And number 4, did you know they offer 500 to 1 leverage? And number 5, if you open up an account today and trade 1 lot a month, they're going to give you TradingView Pro for free. Check them out, Black Bull Markets.
Hello. Welcome everyone. How's everyone doing? It's Diego from Bank Level Trading. Just double checking that the audio is okay. Let me just double check. Hold on. Okay. Audio working? Yes or no? Come on, guys, ladies and gents. Okay, just gonna wait for more members to join and also to get some confirmation on the audio. Once I've got the confirmation, I shall continue. Yo, Lawrence is a legend. He's an old school BOT veteran. How you doing, Lawrence? All right, thank you, Lawrence. Appreciate it. And video too. Thank you, Paula. Okay, amazing. I just needed to confirm because trust me, there's times where I talk for 20 minutes and it's a waste of time, right? Because the audio doesn't work. So, cool. So for those of you who don't know, the bank level trading is essentially a smart money concept strategy, right? With this particular strategy, it's not your typical only SMC ICT. We focus mainly predominantly on patterns, updating patterns in real time with mechanical rules and also Elliott waves. Once you are combining in conjunction these confluences with SMC, with order blocks, banker blocks, right, all those terms, you can filter out low probability SMC levels, right? So anyone who's struggling with SMC, this strategy is for you, right? There's a lot of SMC strategies out there, right? And a lot of them do work. This one works and it really simplifies everything. And we focus mainly on patterns. So that is what we're going to be covering today. Okay. Lawrence, yeah, good to be in the stream today. Can't make it more sub. Yes, I know. You're not, normally you can't make it. Amazing. Okay, so let me start breaking the charts down. We keep it really simple. I'm going to be covering bank level trading concepts. So not BOTA, which is a more advanced approach, but just bank level trading. So firstly, gold. Who remembers gold when I done the live stream literally just a couple of weeks ago, right? I was expecting 2 scenarios when I done this live stream. Either a boomerang of this pattern and then a drop to the downside to potentially these banker blocks, quote order blocks, whatever you want to call them, supply, demand, all these terms, right? I decided to call it banker block because it resonated with bank level trading. When I used to work in the trading floor, we used to call these levels banks. And back then, there wasn't really SMC. We just had we can just see volume and liquidity, but now SMC is a thing, right? So with these banker blocks, I was expecting price to potentially drop and then reverse from here, right? Also, we had this plan, for those of you who recall, same thing, and a reversal from this area, right? And if we just investigate, for those of you who don't know about Bank Level Traded, it's very, very simple. Very, very simple, right? We have our banker blocks or fair value gaps, all the blocks, all these levels, but we only trade them once price is approaching the point of interest and once price is expecting a third tap fake out of the reversal pattern, right? If we don't have this, that means there is no trade. So if, for example, you see price coming up here, we don't take a trade here, right? We don't even wait for confirmation. Even if there is a rejection and it breaks structure to the downside, we don't take it because it's not part of the rules. A lot of traders will take this even if there's a break of structure, and you'll notice that you'll probably take a hit if you're trading the BOT, right? So we don't trade it because we have to wait for a pattern. So just imagine your stop losses are just above here, and just imagine you've waited for a confirmation, you've waited for a change of character, you've waited for a break of structure, and you get wiped out. Eventually, you're right, you wait for the same thing, break a structure, change your character, and then it goes in your favor. Either way, you're winning, right? You just lost a trade at plan A and you took plan B, right? Which is perfectly normal. Whereas with BOT, with Bank Level Trading, we don't take a trade until there is a third tap fake out. So even if we see this information, we're not going to take it, because what will probably happen is that price will probably update into a new pattern, a new redeveloped structure here on the left. And then all of a sudden we have 1, 2, and a third tap boomer. So even when you believe there may be a plan A and a plan B, there was a plan C and a plan D somewhere that we don't touch it, we don't trade it, we wait for the pattern. So this middle white pattern developed into a larger pattern. We just have to wait for that third tap fake out. That's literally what we do at the BOT, right? Take it with a pinch of salt, but it works. So what I was expecting back here was a third tap fake out of this particular pattern, right? Very, very simple. I had this, potential plan. And if it fails, it's not the end of the world, because, if it does fail and it goes long, there's a reason why it's going to go long, because there's a larger pattern here and it might just do a boomer. But you have to think in terms of probability and potentially take a trade there, right? So what happened after the live stream, I personally didn't take a trade here, if I'm honest. Gold ended up going towards the boomer. And look, it's so accurate. 1 tap, 2 tap, and a third tap fake out, right? Very, very textbook. This is the blueprint. It's the bread and butter of the BOT. And what you want to do when you get into that situation, obviously you would have planned this in advance and you would have had some points of interest here on like the lower time frame, etc. You wait for your breaker structure. So everything that you normally do, you still wait for that particular scenario. And obviously now you're going to have some points of interest. Don't know what liquidity was here. I don't know. Let me double check. Oh, there we go. Look, there was a potential little imbalance here. Little imbalance. Also, there is a large banker block. So you could have just taken both 50%. This is what we do with the BOT. We combine both points of interest. So if you have a fair value gap, if you have an order block, we like to combine both points of interest, both 50%, and get an average of both of them. And once you do that, then you can have your point of interest approximately there. But once you have the point of interest that you've combined both areas, then we do another imbalance, right? Another 50% range of that area. And you can get a potential trade, right? Obviously, you need to include spread on one side and obviously spread on the top. So that would have been a trade. But again, this is just in the 5 minute. Really, truly will be redefining the area on the 1 minute time frame. So you will have a really, really decent trade, right? But that's just a point of interest. Does not mean we're going to take a trade here. Obviously, when you're looking for a change of character, once you've identified a point of interest, then yeah, you can look for a breaker structure. There is a change of character, right? It's not really rocket science, right? There's this breaker structure and also this breaker structure. And guess what? You would have been triggered in on the point of interest, etc. So you have a, what's this, M5. On the M1, you'd have a potential trade there. And there's a trade, right? Simple trade. That'll be your confirmation trade. There we go. And guess what? Where do you think we're going to hold it? We're going to wait for the same concept, but on the flip side. So if this is dropping to the downside, and we know there's huge potential for this to go all the way down. So let's go to the current market. I was anticipating longs from around plan A, plan B, or plan C. That was the game plan. If it doesn't go long from here, we've got plan B, we've got plan C. What's important is that we had a pattern. 1, 2, 3. I'm expecting a third tap fake out. I'm not interested in all the blocks and fair value gaps all the way here. I'm not interested in that. Until the third tap fake out has been established, then I'll be looking at this point of interest, this point of interest, and this point of interest with confirmation. This is what we do with the BOT. So we really simplify SMC and ITT concepts using patterns. And obviously, you can have your own way that you simplify your trading, right? Whether it's moving averages or Fibonacci, really depends, but you need to obviously backtest that data. So if we go to the current price action on gold, it ended up dropping as expected. Where do you think it's going to go to? Well, obviously we already have a long-term target, right? And I personally never took a trade it, but I know one of the BOTA traders did actually smash it here and they came out, but this had potential to really plummet. So yeah, it's if you just follow the rules and you're a little bit patient, you can really smash it. Okay, but anyway, that's that. Completely failed from plan A. Too much momentum, not really a trade we would have taken. Go to the current price action. And there we go. So it looks like the long has been established. I did say that plan A is probably unlikely with all that momentum in one of the live streams. Plan B ended up playing out. But again, was there even a setup at plan B? Obviously, plan A, not really a trade that we could potentially take. I don't know. Let's find out. It looks like plan B, perhaps we could have found a little trade here. Right, we're doing the same thing on the larger pattern, but on the flip side. So you would have made some profit here. It would have been very choppy, would have taken your trade and break even, but I guess that's trading, right? You can't catch the perfect trade all the time. But anyway, that's gold. Just a recap on that potential short, and has rejected one of the plans. Anyway, gold. Okay, so what do we have here? Dollar. Very choppy. It's broken from this trend line. And it looks like we're just developing into a new pattern. So let me just double check everything. Okay, so we're part of a new pattern. So this is what you call pattern separation. We're just separating the pattern, simple as. And now we're focused on this pattern. So we're quite bullish. This is a large bullish setup for the dollar to go long, but a lot of traders will see this as a break of structure. As you can see, 1, 2, and it's basically broken structure with momentum. There's a bit of a flag here, shorts. What I see is, yes, there's shorts, but that will be short-lived because of the pattern. 1, 2, and then potentially 3, which might just be a new pattern developing somewhere once we zoom out. So this is the thing with the BOT. You need to be very flexible, and you need to change your bias all the time, because 1 minute I'll be bullish, but the moment a pattern develops and it updates, I will change my bias immediately for a short. So I was expecting longs on the dollar. We did get the long, because it's the same thing. It's basically fractals, right? If we go to the M15, you can already see this long was anticipated. In fact, I'm pretty sure I covered this long. Where was it now? There we go, right? Boomerang, fake out of this pattern, fake out of this trend line. And obviously, for those of you who attended the live streams or were updated in the group and the community, that would have been a decent little long, right? On the lower time frames, we redefine it, blah, blah, blah. So that played out, but now that's it. The bias has changed. So obviously before, I'll be expecting longs from here towards who knows where, but who cares if you're expecting this to go long? Price is always going to develop, is always going to update. there's always going to be something new. So now if we separate the pattern, it's actually short from here, right? All this nonsense, there's a bit of a flag. It's now dropping to the downside. So really, truly, I'll be expecting shorts, to be fair, and then I'll reevaluate, right? This can change again. Although I'm expecting shorts towards this area, this has the potential to plummet depending on the overall top-down analysis, right? So at the moment, I'm short-term short on the dollar, which can change every single day. Now, just because I have a short-term bias for shorts does not mean that I'm going to look for longs on this boomerang, and then again, I'll look for shorts and I'll go with the trend. So I'm trading the patterns with SMC, right? That's what we do at the BLT. I never stick to a bias. I never stick to a setup. I'm very, very flexible, and my bias changes every day from London to New York. So yeah, shorts are actually preferred. And if we were to really, really zoom out onto the dollar, you can kind of see there's a bit of a larger pattern potentially in play. See that? Perfect sort of parallel little channel. We have a weekly shooting star. This has potential to really, really plummet. But just because it's got the potential does not mean it will go short-term short and then long again and form a new pattern such as this. 1, 2, 3. So moral of the story, always have a plan B and always change your bias when you need to change your bias. Never marry a bias. The moment you can trade, be long in the morning and immediately change it to short, that's when you know you've got trading on lock, because you're flexible. You don't get attached. You don't have any fear. If you have your analysis and you're thinking it's going to go long, but then a setup comes and you're thinking it's going to go short now, then you might be a bit scared because you might be attached to it. But as a trader, you need to be like a robot. You need to always flip the biases all the time. So for now, short-term shorts. Plus this short, if there is a short somewhere, will coincide with this potential larger weekly bearish short to go south. But again, this could be short-lived because it could easily go long, respect this pattern, and then guess what? Form a new pattern. You see that? See this new pattern here? 1, 2, potential 3. So again, take it with a pinch of salt. Take every day as a different day, different bias, different setup, and be flexible with your approach. Don't marry a bias. Gold, covered gold, euro. Yeah, euros is breaking. I have to be a little bit patient with euro. Page 4. You can see already there is this potential on the euro, which looks pretty decent. Design your life. The dollar in this day is highly influenced by the situation in Israel. Be careful. Okay, fair enough, fair enough. One of the rules that I follow is that I never check the news. Number one, for those of you who know me, the chart will always tell you what the news is going to be, right? So I'm expecting the dollar to crash, and I've been expecting that not because of Israel or all that stuff. It's because I've been monitoring this setup for a long time. There's a gigantic QM, there's equal highs, there's a pattern, there's LEOs, there's everything. And I knew this way back in July. You know, the news just doesn't affect. It doesn't do anything, if I'm honest. No disrespect to any fundamental traders, but the news, show me the chart, I will tell you the news, always. So yeah, this has potential to drop, right? And the news is just going to give it volatility, it's going to give it volume, but it will never give you the direction. The TA will always give you the direction in advance before the news comes out. It's just happened since the beginning of time. From my experience, people can disagree. Okay, you know, whatever, but it is what it is. Okay, so euro on its way to the upside, potential longs, as you can see. Pounds a little bit to expanding, and this would be a good little sell. So we're in the middle of no man's land. Aussie, it's broken structure, as you can see, as expected. But now we may have a new pattern developing, and it's more or less coinciding with the dollar, to be fair. So yeah, potential dollar strength coming up. As you can see, there's a large flag in play. 1, 2, potential 3, and then a drop, right? Doesn't it remind you of what happened here? 1, 2, and then a potential drop. it's just fractals. It's just a pattern that repeats itself. Same with with Aussie, right? I'm expecting shorts from around here, regardless of the news, regardless of Israel and all that stuff. Focus on the TA. That's my personal philosophy when it comes to trading. Never check the news, believe me. And if you do check the news, when I check the news is in volatile days such as FXCM or CPI, NFP, it's just to remind me what days are going to be volatile. I don't care about the outcome of the forecast. I care about, is there a setup for the news? If there is, I'll take it, and the news normally will trigger me in, or it'll push in my direction 90% of the time. It's just how it works. In fact, if we go to Euro, when was FXCM? I believe it was the 20th of September, right? FXCM. Or, yeah. Was it FXCM? Can somebody confirm it was the 20th of September? Yeah, somebody confirm with me, please, when FXCM was. I'd appreciate it. And in the meantime, if you have any questions, just let me know and I'll cover some topics, answer some questions, analyze some pairs. Come on, there's like 40 traders watching. Somebody must know when FXCM was. I think it was the 20th of September on Wednesday. I'm not too sure. I'm not too confident about it. But if somebody can just confirm, then I'll appreciate it. In the meantime, yeah, just Euro's in the middle of no man's land. So is Aussie. Dollar yen is dropping. Cool. FOMC, thank you, Ava. FOMC was set September the 20th. Okay, thank you, Ava. I really do appreciate it. Okay, where was that then? 20th of September. There we go. Is it this? Is it here? Boom. And this is why I don't check the news, right? You literally just set the order. You can already see there's going to be a BLT setup, right? You can already see it. 1, 2, you can see there's massive order block, banker block. You know there's very likely going to just reverse from there, right? The news comes out normally FXCM around 7 p.m. Fast forward it, right? It's priced in. You see why I never check the news? You see that? It's just a textbook BOT pattern. So what I do is I don't check the news to give me a forecast because it's always going to be wrong. Sometimes it goes in the direction of the forecast. Sometimes it lags, does a stop hunt, and then it's just a mess. If you just stick to the technicals, you'll have an edge because you have simplicity, right? So if I see that there's going to be news this week, apparently there's a lot of volatile news this week. I don't really know exactly when, but I can already see that the news will probably come around here, more or less, which is Wednesday. So I'm sure there's going to be some volatile news on Wednesday. I don't even have to check it. You see, this is why I don't check news, but I'll still stick to the rules. I'm still going to take the setup regardless of the news. I just know that when I do get triggered in, the news is going to give it that volatility. That's what it's going to do. Obviously, depending on the technicals, if I have to reevaluate and re-update, if this goes up long now and then somehow goes short and maybe there's a new pattern, then perhaps the news will push price up here and then I'll have to reevaluate. This is why it's important to update the patterns at the right time accordingly, right? So dollar yen. Okay, dollar yen is dropping, which is cool. Okay, fine. It's dropping to the downside. I believe the news confirms and brings momentum as well. But with the currency recovery of the 9 to 10 a.m. candle on E of the NFP, you still feel a sell will come from higher prices. Let me hold on. But with that said, with the recovery of the 9 to 10 a.m. candle, okay, so let's double check what Mr. Ava Savor is saying. Or maybe it's a Mrs. I don't know, Ava, you know? But anyway, 9 to 10 a.m. candle. Okay, when was, you mean, no, today. So you mean basically from around here, right? The recovery. Is that what you're referring to? And NFP, when was NFP? But yeah, Friday. Okay. Friday will say it. But again, this is why we take profit. This was NFP on Friday. You see that? 1, 2, boomerang, and that's it. You've made money. You've banked profit. NFP has done this thing. People are going to be taking profit. Hence why there'll be a stop hunt. But you can just see that there's always a pattern, always a BOT pattern. This is actually the correct one, but let me do it for you guys. You see that? Happens all the time. 1, 2, boomerang. That would have been a decent short. 5, 10 up, call it a day. If you hold it and you want to be a hero, then expect this. Last Friday. Yeah, there we go. Look. Perfect setup. Drop to the downside. Most likely grab a liquidity here, fair value gap. And this is where you need to be banking profit. You don't want to hold a trade even though you're expecting it to go short. So we bank profit. This is why you have to bank profit, because price action will sometimes, re-establish itself. Yes, it fell straight to demand and didn't make any new lows. Okay, but this is the thing. Look, there's a setup here anyway. There's a, what's that, a fair value gap. I didn't really reach there. Technically, you would have, with the BOT, you would have seen these equal lows. That would have been basically your main target, right? This liquidity pool or even this banker block. This is a good area to be banking profit. So we've got a plan A exit, we've got plan B exit, plan C, plan D, plan E, F, G, H, etc. But as a BOT trader, we obviously have to be banking profits. In fact, was there even a cheeky little boomerang here? Look at that. So if you're going to take a trade there, as an example, break a structure on the M1 somewhere, or you just set the order there. I'm not going to go into details of orders, but look, you bank some profit here, can't complain, right? Bank 90%, put it on break even, and then if it reverses, it's fine, it doesn't matter. But if you've taken a trade here and your exit is down here, then you're greedy and you deserve to get taken out. This is why you have to always bank. I always bank at TP1, always, and this is a perfect example. Right, this would have been an obvious TP1. There's a banker block. There's equal lows. There's a good chance it might pull back, potentially reverse somewhere, and then continue with my bias, or it could just completely wipe me out. This is why I tell my traders to always bank a large proportion at TP1. It's just my style of trading, and it just works with the setup. Right? We focus on the first move, which is this here. We literally would wait all week just to catch this move. Normally it's around 6R, and then whatever happens after, it does not matter, because it could take us out of break even, or you could literally smash it and hit 10, 15, 20, 30, which you see with the BOT. We do catch them, but we focus mainly on the TP1, right? Because that's what gives you the most certainty. There's no certainty that this is going to plummet and make new lows. There's no certainty. We don't know that. This is why we always bank at TP1, right? Like, for example, if I'm planning a trade here on Euro, just say, everything's ready, there's a valid entry, blah, blah, blah. Take a trade here somewhere, then I'll be banking at, for example, this imbalance or fair value gap, whatever you want to call it. That's where I'm banking, even though I'm expecting price to go all the way down here for whatever reason. Maybe there's a larger channel here somewhere, I don't know. Just an example, let's just say there's a channel here. I'm not saying it's going to go there. I'm just saying, just imagine there's a channel here, or like a larger one, right? Just giving you guys an example. Perhaps there's a channel here, right? This is just an example of greed. So I may enter a trade here, right? This is my main target. This is what I call the Hollywood target. Sometimes you hit it, sometimes you don't. But what is for certain is TP1. That I always bank, and it's a large proportion. This way, if you've banked 80, 90% at TP1, you've hit 6R, 7R, whatever it is, then psychologically, you can hold the remaining 10, tiny 20% of that lot size running, use the stop loss management rule, and then you can hold it. And then you can be like, okay, cool, I just hit 20R. Does not mean you've got a full allocation on 20R. Whenever you see me post a 20R, one of the BOT traders, and they're up 20R, which does happen quite often, they are not holding the full position. I'll tell you that for a fact, right? No, they've banked at TP1, then they let the rest, they let trade management basically hold the rest with small portions of that original position running. So moral of the story, always bank at TP1, right? You don't want to get greedy. Okay, dollar CAD, surprise, surprise. Did we anticipate this? Of course we did. Right? Was this, when was this? Okay, Friday, look, boomerang. And then Friday came in and then it just continued the trend. So NFP, in fact, it was already priced in. NFP is just giving it that further push. So again, the same pattern is very, very reliable. You see that? Boomerang, simple. Joseph, can we please add dates to the video titles? This will help us with our backtesting. Thank you. Keep up the great videos. Stay home. Stay with us. Can we please add dates to the video titles? Do you mean to these videos, as in these live streams, Mr. Joseph? I think that's what you mean. So yeah, I think that's a good idea. I'll speak with Cam from TRADINGNUT. He normally does the title. So yeah, it will be interesting to know that, right? But at the same time, if the dates are not there, you can always just look at the channel and just go back to the BLT videos, and yeah, just go back on a weekly basis. It'll take you like a minute to find it and kind of just backtest it, right? And you'll see that these forecasts, they're quite accurate. Like everything I mentioned here, I said it in the live streams, it's probably going to drop. If it doesn't come up here, it will probably reverse from plan A and go to at least plan A here or plan B or plan C. Exactly, done exactly what it did, right? Does that mean I took the trade? Not necessarily. I'm just doing you guys an analysis and a forecast. Sometimes I will forecast something, but I still have to wait for my rules. And if they don't come into fruition, I don't take the trade, right? So I can forecast and analyze every single day. It does not mean I'm trading every single day. I still have to follow my rules. And with this, it just didn't follow my rules. Or maybe it did, but I looked at euro and I probably shorted euro actually instead of gold, right? So just use these analysis and these live streams as a forecast, just as an extra confidence, really. That's it. All right, guys, have you got any other questions? Who would like to know more about BLT, bank level trading accelerated? Just let me know and I'll cover, or I can send you guys a link, or if anyone's interested in one-to-one mentoring, that's another topic, whatever suits your boat. I know it's lagging 20 seconds, so I'm just going to wait for a reply. If not, we can wrap things up. It's getting quite hot. Not much for me to cover. I've covered all my pairs for now. Okay, it looks like gold is, yeah, it looks like gold's reversing as expected. Dollar's probably gonna just plummet by the looks of it. Euro's messy. Euro will need price to develop. So I still need to wait for all the rules, right? Yeah, I can send the link. There's a link to bank level trading and also a link to bank level trading accelerated. And if you guys want to know more information on the one-to-ones mentoring, that you'll need to personally message me on Discord. if anyone's interested in one-to-one, which is different, that's more intense, it's more private, and just extra strategies, etc. But for now, I can send you guys a link to Bang Level Trading, more information on that. So I should have this ready, to be fair. I never prepare this. I'm terrible when it comes to preparing and promoting the strategy, right? I'm more focused on the trading than marketing and all that stuff. But yeah, let me quickly share it for you guys, because it does help. It does help, especially if you're an ICT trader, SMC trader, and you're struggling because it's too complex, too advanced. The BOT really just simplifies your trading. This is the beauty of it. There's a lot of ICT traders that has joined the BOT and they got no regrets, especially Bang Level Trading Accelerated, right? So you kind of, yeah, if anyone's interested in that, or if anyone's interested in just learning a completely new strategy, again, the BOT will help you out. So let me share the link for those of you who are interested. There we go. So that's the link. And also what I can do, I'm going to share my screen with Discord real quick, and then you guys could see what we have to offer. Hold on. For those of you who are not part of the CTI Discord, let me know in the comment box and I can share the link to the CTI Discord. Right, this is where all the strategies are at and everything. So let me share my screen quick. So this is CTI Discord. We do have a trading floor for ICT traders. So everyone, you can post your ICT setups, etc. And you can just, if you're an ICT trader, you've got your little home. If anyone's interested. In fact, what's this? Some BOT stuff. This is a good little review. Look, somebody's kind of self-promoting the strategy. Their BOT strategy is one of the best SMC ICT modified concepts out there, I think, because of edit ways. And so that's actually, just investigate. You do your own due diligence. Don't take my word, take everyone else's word, and do your own due diligence before you invest and commit to the strategy, because it's not easy, right? You still have to put the work in. These are just some results from the community, myself. These are some of the one-to-one traders. This guy hit a 23R. Ben, or Shine, he's part of the team now. Ben, 75% win rate. So high risk reward, high win rate. Take it with a pinch of salt. Do your own due diligence. Don't take my word, etc. And what's this? BOT entry. What's that? How many R is that? 12R. So you do hit high risk reward, which is still pretty decent. And this is BOT. So there's BOT and BOT accelerated. Accelerated is more advanced. Lawrence, who's actually in the live stream, he's a BOT trader. And look, he just smashed this entry. So he's combining SMC and the pattern refinement technique that we teach. What else do we have here? And then just this trader here, complete newbie, and then after the one-to-ones, nice little 7R trade. Let me see if there's more BOT stuff. Hold on. But anyway, investigate, do your own due diligence. So let me just share the link to the CTI Discord for those of you who are interested. Any other questions? Anything you'd like me to cover before we wrap things up? Yes, we do have a YouTube channel. I go on YouTube once a week, and I also do a live stream within the Discord community. So this is just one live stream I do with TRADINGNUT. With City Traders Imperium, I go live every Monday actually on YouTube, which is literally in an hour and 20 minutes. And then I'll do another live stream on Discord within the Discord community at City Traders Imperium on a Wednesday at 12:30. So on the YouTube channel, you just Google City Traders Imperium. We've got a YouTube channel there. In fact, I might as well share it. What I'm going to do next time, I'm just going to prepare some links. So next time it's just automated, isn't it? So there you go. I've shared a YouTube link, I've shared the Discord community link, and I've also shared the CTI Academy link for more info on the two strategies, etc. So yeah, everything is there for you guys. Do your own due diligence, and then yeah, guess we can wrap things up. I'm more or less done, unless you guys have any questions. No worries, no worries. And for those of you who are interested in one-to-one, just send me a message and just let me know that where you found out about this strategy and myself and everything, whether it's via CTI, whether it's via TRADINGNUT, etc. All right, let's wrap things up. I gotta go, and that's it. Really, everyone, trade safe. I'm gonna look at. Am I still sharing? I'm still sharing. Let's. Yeah, we'll wrap things up. Okay, cool. Good question. What is the time frame that you use for your analysis? I used the weekly, daily, H1, M15, and I use the M1 for entries. Yes, we do fund the challenges. We do. City Traders Imperium, they are essentially a prop firm. If you haven't heard of them, I'm very surprised. But we also offer unlimited time on your challenges, 10% drawdown, etc., etc. And you can scale up to $4 million. So yeah, just do your due diligence on CTI. And the thing with what sets us apart, it's not just that we have competitive rules in the prop firm spectrum, but we also offer strategies that are profitable and smashing it from traders like myself, the CEO, or Jamie that used to work in multiple hedge funds. So we're actually offering education with strategies to help you guys succeed and get funded. It's a win-win, right? And that's if you're struggling with trading. Obviously, if you're not and you're comfortable with your trading, then keep doing your strategy and do challenges and just scale and just take over the world. But if you need a strategy, then City Traders Imperium, we've got a couple strategies. So just check the Discord and you'll see what I mean. Cool. Any more questions? Okay, I guess we'll wrap things up. And yeah, I'll see you guys on Discord on Wednesday, 12:30, and also in fact, I'm doing a live stream in the next 1 hour and 15 minutes on the CTI YouTube channel. So just catch me there as well. I'll just do an update on today's live stream and some further analysis, etc. But more educational for those of you who just want more than just an analysis, etc. So yeah. All right, everyone, have a good day. Trade safe and follow risk management.